Hello, welcome back to episode number 2 of Compound Angle, but episode number 26 of the Trigonometric series we are doing. So, a recall from that just ended episode. If you've not watched it, I indulge you to go back and watch because that is the basic of what we are doing in this episode. So, the cause of the difference, that is difference of two angles, is expanded in this form for a cos. Then the addition also goes in this way. Then we also know what they call complementary angles. Saying this is sine, this is cosine, co-function of sine. Meaning if I add the two angles, I should always get what? 90 degrees. So what do I need? If I subtract one from 90, I get the other one. So this is also what they call complementary what? Angles. All right, so in this case, what do? We are trying to find the sum or difference. What do we begin with? Let's begin with the sine of sums. So if I have the sine of alpha plus beta, this will be equals to, look at where we are. We have sine of an angle equals to the cos of 90 minus that angle. So that angle we are having is alpha plus what? Beta. Would that be clear? Sine of an angle. So all of this is theta. Cos of 90 minus theta. So cos of 90 minus what? The theta. So theta is the angle we have here. So we are still solving everything to be equal to this. So let's maintain that and expand this bracket to be the cos of, I have 90, negative will follow to give you alpha. Let's pick this one. This negative will also affect that to give you what? Beta. So this sine of the sum is equal to the cos of 90 minus alpha minus beta. But what did we learn about the subtraction of a cos? This is what we've learned here. So what do we do here? You can see cos, first angle, second angle. Cos, first angle, second angle. Performing subtraction. So we can do a recall from the last episode, which means that if I have this, it should be the cos of the first angle, 90 minus alpha, which is here, multiplying the cos of the second angle. Remember, this minus is already here. So we are only picking the positive value. Then we said plus the sine of the first angle, which is sine of 90 minus alpha, right? Multiplying the sine of the second angle. And the sine of the second angle is sine beta. So we have expanded this term in accordance to this. But I can tell that this cos 90 minus alpha, cos 90 minus alpha is showing here. Meaning cos 90 minus alpha, cos 90 minus alpha equals to sine of the alpha. So this is simply sine of the alpha multiplying the cos of beta. This is also having the same thing. Put sine here, put cos here. So this will look like this, meaning this become the cos of the alpha, then multiplying the sine of the beta. So this is giving you the formula for the sum, this one. So this is equals to the sine of alpha plus what? Beta, which is talking about the sums. Okay, so we are done with that. What do? We have for sums, we need to find for difference. And how do we find the difference? You know, it's going to be sine of alpha minus what? Beta. But can I write this as sine of, is that alpha? So alpha plus minus beta. I think this will be the same as sine alpha minus what? Beta. Right? Can that be possible? This is sum. This is what? difference, and this difference is the same as this. So if I can write that, that will mean that the sine of alpha minus beta, this one, is equal to this. And how do we find the sum of where is it? The sum of a sine is just the first one will be sine of the alpha. What is the sine? So we have sine of the alpha, which is the first angle, the cos of the second angle, which is now going to be negative beta, plus this plus will come. Then we are going for cos of the first angle times the sine of the second angle I guess that is clear. This is the same as this. So if I am picking this, I can expand this using the concept I'm having. And remember, a cos of a negative alpha is positive. Then the sine of a negative alpha or beta is what? Negative. So negative will come in front before this. So this negative will affect this to make the whole thing become, okay, let me bring it here. This will be equals to the sine alpha cos beta minus this one is cos alpha sine what? Beta. And that will also give us the final expansion. So this is a sine alpha minus beta, which is what? The difference. Good. So we are done with this aspect also. So when we see negative, remember negative will be here for the sine. When you see positive, positive will be here. But here it is sine, cos, cos, sine. But in the value for the cos, negative, positive, positive, negative. Cos, cos, sine, sine. That is how it is being done. I think you might not be asked to derive it if you are doing the basic of trigonometry. If you are in the higher education, you will need the derivation. But I'm only doing for you to know that the formula, this and this, have a derivation, how it is being derived. Now the next one will be the tan. But the first video was very long, so I promise to make the subsequent ones a little bit shorter. So I will not add the tan derivation to this episode. We will have to follow that on episode number 27, which will be the third episode of this particular subtopic. So come back to this space as we continue to learn together. Don't forget to share the video, subscribe, and leave a comment and like the video.